Hey, Sugarfoot babies, what is up? Happy freaking Wednesday. So, channel message time, okay? This message came directly from Hekate, okay? She is so fucking proud of you, okay? You just went through something major in your life that caused a whole bunch of upheaval, okay? And you did that shit with grace, compassion, love for yourself, and with the understanding that you also put yourself in this position, okay? So let's get into this message. This message came through 6/16/26 at 7:32, 39%. So as normal, I'm going to break down these numbers. If you don't want to listen to that, I will try and put the time down below in which you can hop into this full reading, okay? So let's get into it. The number 6, we have the Lovers in reversed, okay? Number 16, the Tower. Number 26 broke down to two things. The number 8, the Strength card, and the number 7, the Chariot, okay? And then we had number 3, the Empress. Number 2, the High Priestess. And these are your energies, okay? Divine Feminine energy, directly connected to the Most High, okay? And then the number 39 broke down to 12, and that is the Hanged Man, okay? You're probably seeing 17s or 117 everywhere. 1, 2, 3 on the timer, okay? So let's get into this message. So there's a situation that you just moved through blindly, okay, as the tower crumbled to your feet. I see you continuously moving through this, despite the smoke being so thick around you that you couldn't even see. 144 on the timer, okay? You could not visualize your way through this. Your intuition, you just didn't feel connected, but somehow you just kept going, okay? That came through at 7:37. So the number 737 in the Strong's Concordance means now, just now, or at this very moment. Again, showing that whatever happened just happened to you, okay? Whatever it was meant to take you out of alignment, and that's what this Lovers in reverse is, okay? They wanted you more in your masculine so that you could not receive 222 on the timer, okay? This was a trap that was set up for you by karmics, okay, for you to walk through. They didn't expect for you to make it out, period, 2, 3, 4, okay? Then I heard cults, covens, and higher level societies. So this was you had spell work placed upon you. And they didn't expect for you to realize, notice, move through, or any of that, okay? And you did. And then I saw Where's Waldo, okay? And that came through at 744, 35%. So since coming through said trap, they can no longer locate 303, your energy, okay, to do any more spell work. Spirit says that shit's going directly back at this point forward, okay? Your energy cannot be located. Your energy signature is way too high, okay? And then Spirit, Hekate said that your strength with this Strength card here, 323, is unmatched. And then I heard bar none, okay? So this was a white rabbit moment for you. 333 is what she's saying. That you skated through like a pro, okay? And that is shown with this Chariot energy, okay? This is like your drive, determination, your passion, 3, 4, 5, in order to keep moving forward, okay? And you also, you embodied this Chariot energy, like I said, blindly, but you also blindly had the guidance of Mother Hekate, whether you understand or know that or not. She was there for you. 404, as I said, that is 44% as well. That came through at 747. So for those of you who don't know who Hekate is, she's the goddess of magic, witchcraft, okay, the night, the moon, okay, the underworld. She appears when you're going through major life changes. It was 423 on the timer, okay? She held a key and a torch for you to pass through the valley of the shadow of death, okay? So you had a near-death experience through this as well, and that came through at 752, which breaks down to 77. 441 on the timer, 444 as I look up. So if you don't own a key, get one. They're fairly inexpensive. I'll put the link down below. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be any kind of key, okay? 4, 5, 6. But the number 77 serves as a beacon, illuminating the path to your inner wisdom, and also describes someone who has an increased intuition, and also someone who is going through a positive transformation after said destruction. Okay. And this transformation is into personal freedom. The reason you went through this is because, like I said before, there was something within your energy, your thought process that wasn't where it needed to be, and you ignored that shit. So you went through some shit, boo boo. That's just how it works. We all know. But that came through at 9/11, 90%. So 9119 you could be seeing it was 543, which actually breaks down to 1010. Okay, so through this process you were enlightened by Hekate's torch. As I said before, there was hidden truth within you that unfortunately you weren't able to see beforehand, or if you did, like I said before, you ignored that shit. Okay. But then I heard you always have to learn the hard way. So you could be a Taurus, Taurus rising, Taurus energy, just hard-headed, okay? Which is why Hekate has interjected herself, 619, into your energy, okay? You could resonate as a witch, I'm hearing now, okay? Or you could have been denying parts of yourself as a witch, is also what I'm hearing. But that came through at 921. So which breaks down to 12. Okay, that's 12th house energy. That's that subconscious energy. Okay, and then I heard the word empowerment. Okay, so and then I heard taking accountability. So there was something, that you weren't taking an accountability over yourself with, but you are now empowered and you see what that was. Okay. You are, like I said, you are now taking accountability for whatever role that you did play, 7-Eleven, and not following your intuition or knowingly getting yourself into 717 said position. Okay. There was something you needed to clear from your energy before taking a quantum leap, which is what you did or are about to do, okay, into your highest timeline. 730, which is 10, okay, completion here. And then I heard your life has not passed you by. You just took a little bit longer to arrive at your final destination. It's giving Romans 8:18, which is one of my favorites. It talks about delayed gratification, okay? And then I saw the World card, which, lets me know that you have successfully closed the door to your past and have stepped into 757 fully this new timeline. It's 8:11 on the time, I'm noticing. And then now it is time for total fucking wish fulfillment, 808, okay? In whatever areas that you feel are lacking in your life, only you know what that is, okay? All spells, hexes, and curses have been returned to fucking sender, 818, as I look up, okay? I feel like this collective has been dealing with spell work after spell work after spell work after hex after fucking curse, 830, and you're fucking over it, right? Okay, so that has been, I'm hearing, nipped in the bud, okay, 838, and all of that's been returned to sender, and like I said before, they can no longer find your energy, okay? So with this being returned to sender, most of them won't be able to handle the karma that they're about to face. So they will just dip out. Okay. The death card is coming to mind. Okay. They will completely succumb to their darkness, whatever that means for them. That came through at 933, which breaks down to 15, and that is the devil. Okay. And then I heard the bone collector is here to collect, while you are placed in the king's court. As number 933 means royal place or king's court. Okay, this ended at 936, 90%. 936 means to become kings or to rule. And as I was rereading this to let y'all know what was going on today, Hekate wants to compare you to Persephone, how she had to, spend a lot of time in the underworld, okay, before that she could come back to earth. And she ended up being the queen of the underworld. So you thrive in this fucking darkness, this chaos, this devil-ass energy. But as the high priestess, look, the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles is on the bottom, okay? But as the high priestess, you maneuver through this, and it is now time to level up, boo-boos. I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.